Just before we look at the TA for Bitcoin, don't forget to visit our website, bpoi.uk. Have a look around. Quite a lot of information on the website, and then you've got click here to sign up. So just click on this particular button. That takes you to bpoi.uk join. And then just have a look at the membership plan. So just want to do a month, $40, 6 months, $100, 12 months, $150. And we got some lifetime memberships as well, 49 lifetime memberships left, $200, so well worth the money. And then obviously take a look around the website and look at the different channels. If you want to join our free Telegram channel, just click on this button here. And then as long as you've got a Telegram account, just click on the view in Telegram and that'll take you to our free channel. We do post quite a bit of information in the free channel, and we'll answer any of your questions, whether that be on a setup that you're looking at or something that we've posted. Okay, cheers guys.
Evening guys, 5 to 11 on Wednesday, Simon from BPOI here. So we're just going to do our Bitcoin update. Obviously there's been some movement today, Bitcoin moving down. So I just want to play this video that we recorded this morning for the group, just to give you an idea of what goes on in group as well. So it's just about a minute long, but have a listen. We were just talking about the TD sequential widget and the fact it's on 9 and potentially a move down. So just have a listen quickly.
Today, halfway through the week, if you're a Monday to Friday person, that is. So I just alluded on this in the Bitcoin channel, this TD sequential widget. Okay, so we're basically on 9. And whenever there's a 9, sorry, I'm zoomed in on the daily, so my pen tool doesn't work particularly well. Whenever we're on a 9, there's a possibility of a change of direction. You can see here actually, so you've got these red candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When we hit 9, change of direction, uptrend. Okay, so although it's not a given, obviously it's just another tool that we can use to help us try and predict what's likely to happen with Bitcoin. And as we've had 9 candles going up in a row, there's a possibility that we will start to see a change in direction from Bitcoin. So
I'm just going to leave it there. So that was just one of the tools we used this morning, just to give us an idea of what might be happening with the price action of Bitcoin. This is actually the trading group that we run at the moment. So we've got stock RSI alerts on the daily and the 4-hour, Bitcoin, dedicated Bitcoin channel. We've got a combo alerts channel which we're testing, dedicated news channel, discussion group where you guys can just have a chat and discuss ideas. Shorts and dominance channel, so when Bitcoin shorts are rising or Bitcoin dominance is rising or falling. Admin channels just for the admin guys. Breakout channel, announcements, take profits channel, education and training, trade setups, beginners charts and TA. So it's quite a comprehensive group that we've got going at the moment, and we've literally just started out. So probably been working on this for about a year and a half maybe, and we launched fully in January, so it's going pretty well at the moment. However, let's fast forward to Bitcoin and let's just have a quick look to see where we're at the moment. So when we were talking, this is the 4-hour chart. That previous video was on the daily chart, so I can actually show you that now. Let me reset this chart. Let me zoom in a little bit as well, just on this area here, and then I'm going to bring in the TD sequential widget. Like so, okay. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was a 9 showing, but obviously the 9 now has turned into, or will turn into a 1 candle for a possible downward continuation. So you can see how that particular indicator works. And that's a free indicator on TradingView, so you can just download that and add it. And basically it works better on the bigger time frames, particularly the daily. It's not usual to get 9 candles in a row on the daily time frame, but we've had it twice consecutively, which is quite interesting. What we don't want to see ideally, we can see the 1 here. What we don't want to see ideally is another 9 candles moving down. So it'll be interesting to watch Bitcoin over the next couple of days. So I'm going to turn that off for now. And go back to the 4-hour chart, like so. So we can see here we've had this strong move down from Bitcoin. Just get my drawing tool. So essentially we couldn't break this area. So we highlighted 39,291 as the area that Bitcoin needs to get retest and start to move higher for any sort of bullish continuation. We also spoke in the video before about 40,000. 40,000 means psychological level. Psychological level being an area where people just choose. It's kind of, you know, the investors that aren't really trading and they'll buy at 30,000 and just sell at 40,000 sort of thing. So there tends to be a lot of sellers in these rounder numbers, so 40,000, 45,000, 50,000, and so on. But essentially we couldn't get above this area. And what we spoke about in the group, what we didn't want to see is a breakout of this pattern, because this essentially ascending triangle is a bullish pattern. And when your breakout is against what should happen, so with this particular pattern we should see a breakout, retest and move higher. When you, sorry, let me just move that again. When you actually move down and break out of a bullish pattern, you tend to get a parabolic move down, which is kind of what we saw here. So we saw a move down, but fortunately we had resistance at 36,527, which seems to be holding for the time being. Interestingly, the indicators are looking quite healthy with regards to being oversold. So I was expecting this to hold, if I'm being honest. I was expecting this trend line here to hold, because we had a bounce. If we go to the let's go to the 30-minute time frame. And then just get rid of this. Okay, so we actually hit this, we had a bounce here, we had a move up, and then all of a sudden we just had another move down, okay, and then we broke down out of the pattern, moved all the way down to this lower level 36,527, just short of that, before we started moving up again. So I was expecting a hold, if I'm being honest, of this trend line. I thought we would have seen a double bottom hold at 37,078. Sorry, just had a message come through. 37,078, but we didn't actually broke down. Problem we got now is with regards to Bitcoin is we've broken down out of that pattern. Strong probability that we'll now see a bearish retest of this same level. So a bearish retest is a retest of a previous trend line that was acting as support. So this now becomes resistance. Potentially the bears are lined up in this area. We could see a retest and a continuation downwards. So essentially we're moving in a downward trend. So all eyes on Bitcoin at the moment, because we need to see now where our next sort of local support is going to be. Are we going to hold 36,527? Are we going to see a drop below 35,510? If we see a drop below 35,510, it means we've put in a lower high on the 4-hour time frame. So that's not ideal, because essentially this is indicating that we're in a new downtrend. Okay, but if we wick down and then bounce back up, not too bad. I'll be expecting that, to be honest with you. But if we move down here and then retest this area, and then again we turn that into resistance and carry on moving down, then potentially we're going to see the likes of 32,000, possibly 28,000, okay? Now if we move lower than 28,884, that's a lower high on the daily time frame. And that spells, well, we'll need to cover that when we come to it, but we don't want to see more downside below 28,000 ideally. If we do, we could be dropping quite low somewhat. So it's very, very important at the moment just to make sure you're understanding the fact that we could drop right now to 28,000, to the 28,000 level, if we don't start breaking back into these patterns that we're forming. Okay, so we need to find where our base level is right now. So if we don't hold 36,527, we need to be holding 35,510 ideally, and then seeing bounce from this area, and then again a move back up to this upper trend line. If we look on the daily time frame, okay, I'm just going to take everything off right now. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to this particular chart. This is something I'll show you in a second. But if we move to the daily time frame, I'm just going to very quickly draw trend lines in. Okay, so we know we're in this falling wedge scenario. Sorry, this is a bit rough, but the possibility here, where we are right now, if we don't hold these levels, and potentially this level here, we're going to see a move down to the lower trend line. Okay, if we see a move down to the lower trend line, two things are going to happen. We're either going to bounce here, respect the trend line, and start to make our way back up to the upper trend line, essentially moving back up to where we are now, or we're going to see a wick out of the pattern, test of 28.884 around about that area, and then a move back up, possibly a bearish retest move back down, or we're going to see a break back into the pattern and a move back up. Okay. What I was showing in the group earlier on today was just this idea that we're in one very large upward channel, okay, or ascending channel. And we've got to understand the possibility that we are looking at touches down the bottom here, touches at the top here, and then potentially another touch at the bottom before essentially moving back up to the top, okay. So this would be still a good trading pattern to be in, albeit obviously these moves take months and months to pan out. So if we did see a move down to this lower trend line, and then we had a very, very strong bounce, lots of buy signals, huge volume candles coming in, then potentially that would be the bottom. So just below 28.884 would be the bottom for Bitcoin, and then moving up. If we break down out of this trend line, potentially, don't really want to say it, but potentially we're moving down to these sorts of levels, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 Bitcoin. Okay. Now I'm not one to scaremonger or offer concern on the price action, but I'm just trying to make you aware of what is possible based on the technical analysis that we're looking at the moment. And this pattern is highly probable if we don't hold these levels that we're trading at the moment. Okay, if we see a move down, I'm fairly confident we'll see a wick out. We'll see a load of an absolute ton of liquidations in this area before potentially moving back up into the pattern. Okay, so just have that in the back of your head when you're trading. Just have that in the back of your head that 28,000 Bitcoin isn't that far off right now. We're almost there. And if you are trading and you're spot trading and you're trading the trend up, until we break out of that upper trend line, as we keep saying, of the falling wedge, so this trend line moving down, until we break out of that upper trend line, we're essentially in a downward trend, and we'll continue to move down until we break up. Okay, but the potential is that we're just following this pattern all the way down to this lower trend line before we then see that reversal. Okay, so you're just going to trade what you see in front of you and not guess as to what might be about to occur. So I'm just going to reset this chart and just have a look where we're at the moment. So let me just remove these lines very quickly. So what I'm looking for now, so I'm just going to change this level into resistance and change it to red. Okay, what I'm looking for now from Bitcoin, the bullish move would be a break back into the pattern, continuation upwards, break through this trend line of the long-term falling wedge we've been trading in, and then essentially look to challenge this trend line. So we're trading back into this ascending triangle, moving up and then breaking out. That would be the bullish move in my opinion, but baby steps, we need to break back into the pattern. We need to break 37.508, 37.801 resistance levels and just keep moving upwards, essentially following this lower trend line. If we get a breakdown, we need to hold 36.527. I'm not convinced that's going to hold, if I'm being honest with you. I think this would be the next major level of support, 35.510, because essentially the bulls wouldn't want to see a lower high going in here. Okay, so if we hold this level, then potentially we're respecting the uptrend that we're currently in. If we break down, we're creating a new downtrend pattern, and there's then the potential to continue downwards. Okay, so we're just keeping an eye on things right now, and like I say, very, very difficult trading conditions. I wouldn't be trading this unless you're looking to actively short the market. We generally don't do that in the group at the moment. So what am I looking for? Break back into the pattern for the bullish scenario. If we see a bearish retest of this trend line, potentially we're looking at a move down to 35,510, possibly then down to the 34,000 area, and then we've got to see if we can hold these particular trend lines as well. Okay, S&P is a bit of a concern right now because we're just approaching a trend line. We have already seen one rejection of that trend line. So if I zoom out, you can see the pattern that I'm talking about. So we've got this falling channel. Okay, so we had this strong move down, touch, move up, touch. Okay, for Bitcoin to be bullish, we need the S&P to break out and start to move higher. If the S&P gets rejected here, we see a move down from the S&P, strong probability we're going to see that same move down from Bitcoin. Okay, so you must keep an eye on the S&P because there is a degree of correlation at the moment that we're finding with the S&P and with Bitcoin. So if there is a rejection here, you've got to watch your altcoin positions. Bitcoin dominance has been moving lower, so some altcoins early doors were moving better, but obviously now altcoins are getting wrecked with Bitcoin's strong move down. So the dominance, what we don't want to see, as we keep mentioning, is dominance to increase Bitcoin to move down. Altcoins positions get destroyed, get wrecked. Okay, so keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance at the same time. With regards to the indicators on Bitcoin, I'm just going to have a look at the 4-hour indicator. We'll just quickly go through. So we're oversold on the stock RSI, likely to see a turn up. The worry for me is the MACD right here. If we see this suddenly turn down, we have the opposite of what we normally talk about. We have the stock RSI being pegged along the bottom, so literally just trading along the bottom whilst this moves down. This would mean a move lower for sure. Okay. We have the RSI, so we're looking for, this is a 4-hour time frame, we're looking for some sort of bounce from the RSI, ideally from this area. We get bounce from the RSI, and then we can get the stock RSI moving up. We'll see a turn in the MACD, and we should see some movements back into this pattern. Okay, on the daily, however, looking very bearish. Okay, we spoke about this a few days ago. This is the indicator or the time frame that concerns me the most. Is that the daily needs to move back down to oversold. Fortunately, we've got the MACD, which is bullish at the moment. So if we can get to the bottom and maintain a bullish MACD, that will limit the damage sell or limit the downward movement with regards to Bitcoin at the moment. The RSI, okay, so the RSI broke out of a long-term trend line. So since the 20th of October, the RSI hasn't been able to break this trend line, okay? We had that breakout recently, we're now retesting. The question will be on the RSI is, are we going to bounce on this area and continue to move up, or are we going to then fall back below and then continue to use this as resistance until we hit the bottom and then potentially break out of this particular pattern? We also need to be aware that we might need to shift the trend line to here, and then that would act as resistance. So on a breakout, we need to be aware that this trend line might act as resistance. Okay, so it's not looking great for Bitcoin at the moment. The opportunity was there for the bulls, and they missed the opportunity to move higher and start to push upwards. So at the moment, we're still trading within this falling wedge, and like I say, we've got to adjust for the possibility of move down to this lower trend line. Potentially move up, move down to this lower trend line. So we're trading in this pattern until we bottom out at 28,841. And then, like I say, that other pattern that we've drawn on the weekly time frame, I'll add this into the other chart actually, but we basically don't want to see a drop below this level. Okay. So not much hopium there at the moment. Let's just check the fear and greed actually. 1 second. So the fear and greed at the moment, I think it needs to update, but we're on 28 at the moment. I'm pretty sure that's going to go down to the low 13s again, and yeah, just a lot of fear FUD in the market and people are not confident about where the Bitcoin bottom is. I think if people are confident of where the bottom is going to be, then I think you would see Bitcoin start to push higher. But the general consensus, I guess, from the fear and greed is people don't want to be entering positions because they don't think the bottom is in. So is 28,000 the bottom for Bitcoin, or are we going to see 26,415 touch on this lower trend line and a move higher? Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've not had a bad day trading, but yeah, you just need to be aware of the possibilities, both bullish and bearish, and just not get carried away when Bitcoin starts to move upwards and pump. Just don't get carried away, because there is such sell pressure overhead that Bitcoin to get anywhere near 40,000, there's an extreme amount of work to do, and the bulls need to show up. And at the moment, the bulls just aren't there. It's almost as if we've settled that 28,000 potentially will be the bottom. Let's just let the price go down to 28,000, and then the bulls can start pushing the price back up again. So it could be as simple as that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and if you've got any questions, just let us know. We've got a free trading channel. Details are below. We post some of the information on that channel, but it's a chance for you to reach out and chat with us, asking any questions about any setups you might have, or questions about the group or crypto in general. So we're fairly easygoing, and we're hoping to grow this channel over the next 12 months to a few hundred members, and things will be interesting then. We will be launching the Fast Track Trading Academy as soon as possible, and we aim for all people who join the group to do the full training series. It's about 40 videos, about 10 minutes each, so it's going to take a bit of time to go through them, but once you watch all of the videos, you should have a good idea of how to trade and be up to speed with the group. The aim is to have 1,000 pairs of eyes on this, on trading crypto. And everyone's looking for setups and ideas and things that we can all work with and hopefully profit from. It's one of those things. If you've got more eyes looking at Bitcoin and posting ideas and what's likely to happen, you get a more rounded picture of what Bitcoin's doing and how to trade. That ideally is what we're looking for. But all good so far. But if you've got any questions, just give us a shout. Either email simon@bpoi.uk or join the Telegram group, and send us a message. All right, cheers.